Hello and welcome back to the channel, Kelly Legends Media. Before I begin, as always, I want to thank all the subscribers for all the support you have shown my channel, myself, and my grandson. I thank you for the prayers and hitting those likes and those hikes. Man, you've done wonders for my channel. And I really appreciate those prayers for my grandson. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have a little response video. I guess Drunk Ass Dubs did a live yesterday, and he was crashing out, talking all kinds of masa about chemo flicks, about Exposed To, and about myself. So I'm going to address the part where he addressed me, calling me certain things, I don't know if it made him feel good or made him feel better about himself, but John Villa's life and everything he's been through was nothing compared to mine. I lived mine out in the street. Everything I did for anybody was out in the street, and later in jail and in prison. So he talks like a 16, 17-year-old, you know what I mean? He's in his early 50s already, but he still acts like a kid. He's over on TikTok, molesting the kids, talking shit to the kids, and doing other outrageous behavior, You see him on his lives playing music, and I think he's trying to dance. I'm not sure. Either that or he's having some type of seizure or something, you know what I mean? But he really starts feeling himself, when the music starts playing. And I don't think how ridiculous he doesn't realize how ridiculous he looks, And I know a lot of his supporters are going to say, you're just hating this, that. I'm just saying, it looks ridiculous to me. He has a lot of girly moves. He really gets in touch with his feminine side when he does his lives and he puts the music on. But that's his thing, Then he lip syncs the wrong words to the songs, And now he chooses to put my name in his mouth. Before he wouldn't mention my name on his lives, on anything. And now it seems like he can't get enough of my name in his mouth. I'm not gonna bang on him or talk any foolishness. I know better. I'm not gonna go there. I already told him how it would be. We're out in the street. And if we ever are incarcerated, things are gonna change. The relationship won't be the same, He says that I'm a punk, or I don't know, whatever little 16-year-old words he chose to use and throw towards me. I'm secure in who I am, what I am, and what I've been for years, I've always been a stand-up guy. I've never left a friend or ran out on a friend. And I've been in so many wars, one day I'm going to count them just for shits and giggles. But I'm talking about in the street, gang fights in the street. What does all this matter? It doesn't. It's ridiculous bringing all this up. Why does he even talk about it? You know what I mean? That's some, I tell stories and stuff, but I try to tell them in relations to what could happen if you get involved with gangs or drugs, and what could happen if you get incarcerated, and how it could affect your life and the life of your loved ones, But he seems to feel it's a bragging point, There's nothing to be proud of about going to prison, about being involved and all that. That was your failure, but yet you boast on it, You failed, John. You failed, man, And you should use your failure to help people, But instead, you piss people off, and then they want to get down with you, and you don't do it. You just talk a good one when you're drunk, you know. Uh, I'm like 10 years older than you. Our age difference isn't that much, you know. And yeah, you might be able to throw hands. That's possible. Um, but I got a little bit of skills on my own, you know what I mean? Just a little bit, you know. Anyways, man, you could go ahead and talk all the masa you want. It doesn't mean nothing. You're just butthurt, you know, and trying to comfort yourself, you know. There's nothing you could say coming from you that would hurt my feelings or make me feel or look any type of way, you know. Um, yeah, there's just no comparison. You know, you say, "Oh, I've never told or did anything bad towards anybody." Yeah, you did, man. You went to the other side. That's the worst thing you can do, especially after being involved with something. Raising your hand, committing yourself to something, and breaking your commitment. Okay, and that's what I talked about, failing the mission. Okay, if you're gonna sign up for that mission, you should complete it. That's just my way of thinking. And no, I've never got involved at that level. Why? Because I had family out here that I was trying to get back to, and those were things more important at that time, and I explained that to who needed to hear it at the time they needed to hear it. And they understood and they respected that. You, on the other hand, signed up for something that uh, no way in hell would you have been able to complete it, because you're not cut from that cloth, John. It's obvious, man. Otherwise, you wouldn't have fell off the way you did. And no matter how you put it or what reason you did it for, it doesn't matter. It's the same. You get the same consequences as everybody else, and you're no good. That's it. You're just no good. Especially to certain people. Anything you say or do will not help you, and you know that. You know that just as well as I do. And as far as snitching and telling, I'm not going to go over it again. You know what I mean when I say that you told. Yeah, you did tell. When you said, "Oh, I can't go over there because they might do something to me. They might take my win." That's telling, dude. You know it. That's snitching. Not even dry snitching. That's just straight out being a little bee in snitching. So if anybody's has proven to show bitch activities, and that type of nature, it's been you. You had a failed career, and that's what it is. It was a shameful career, and I don't know why you brag and boast about something that only makes you out to be a failure, because that's what you did. You failed in there. I can't say you're failing now because I don't know your life. But the life that I've seen on black and white and from your own mouth show that yeah, you failed. You failed in that area. It doesn't matter to me. I make a video about you, like you say, it's a lane. I make a video about you, it's the truth. There's paperwork backing up what I say. And, you're like this other cat on YouTube who has the whole internet singing the same song about him. And he thinks everything's cool. Everybody's wrong except him. You're the same way. You got it in your head that you did nothing wrong, that what you did was okay. And nobody understands. Nobody needs to know. And it's true. Nobody needs to know. But we know already. So it's too late. You don't have to admit to anything. We already it came out all by itself. You mentioned something that I sent $5 to your guy's life. Yeah, I did. You were collecting money for someone that had passed away. Okay? And I sent $5, and you guys totally ignored me. You read the comment ahead of mine, skipped over mine, and read all the rest of them below mine. Okay, and I was like, oh, it's like that. I even put it there. Oh, it's like that, and I boned out from your little you know, let's paint our nails. Let's do our, let's put curlers. Let me put curlers in your hair. Then you put curlers on my. Oh, sorry, you don't got no hair. Spend some. Whatever girls do when they're together, chit chat, shit, But in any case, John, you could stay up all night, drink all night. You can't drink your problems away. You can't drink your past away, and it's obviously has gotten to you. That's the fact of the whole matter is that your past has caught up to you in a way that it hurts. It hurts. It feels bad, but you did it to yourself, man. You know, you have followers, and I read their comments and stuff, but they're people that don't really know. They don't know that kind of lifestyle. They don't know that part of a person's life, and that's good. They don't, and hopefully they never find out. And that's what you should be talking to them about, not about who's a B and who's a punk and you fit all of those boots, man, all of them. You'll fit any one of those shoes, but you choose to think highly of yourself, But I'm not gonna be like a South soldier on here. I'm not gonna be like a keyboard warrior and all that. You know what's up. You already know what's up, If you really feel that way, do something. Do something about it. Make yourself feel better, But yeah, just that's all I'm gonna say. Do something to make yourself feel better. I'm always here in my neighborhood. Even if they're not from my neighborhood, they'll know where to find me. That just the people that live here, man. I got love like that from them. And I'm known that way here in my neighborhood. So if you need to find me, come ask around. Hey, man, have you seen Lucky? Have you seen Steve? Camacho? They'll say, oh, yeah, he's over there. He's over here. I'm seen everywhere. And I post up, and I stay where I post up, I don't know what's wrong with you, John. At some point you got to admit that life is over for you, and you failed at what you were trying to do, and you're a failure in that sense, and you're free now. Make the best of it. Try to live a good life instead of talking all this masa on YouTube. If you feel some sort of way, you have people calling you out, telling you set it up, but yet nothing happens. Just a bunch of weedy. That's it. So you want to be a keyboard warrior, you could do that. I'm not gonna go there. But those are punk moves. All that barking on your live, being all drunk and yeah, that's just some drunk ass shit talking. It means nothing. If you were once that guy, and you know how to find people, you know how to get to somebody, handle your business. Handle your business. There's no fear in this heart, Anyways, man, I'm sorry that you even make me go there and make a video like this, I'll tell you one thing. Every time you step on shit, I'm going to make a video about it. Why? Because you're a dirtbag. You have, you involve yourself with dirtbag activities, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with you going over to TikTok, but man, get some adults to interact with, at least 30-year-olds, But instead, you're trying to match wits with kids, and you're losing, if you don't realize it. So I think Gunner's kind of like catching on to it. I'm looking at Gunner's face when you're going on your trips, and I think he knows what you're doing is bad for his get down, for his channel, but he wants to be a friend to you, and he wants to stay backing you up and everything, but you're making it hard for dude, man. You should get right and consider your friend who took you under his wing and helped boost your channel, instead of crashing out all the time, doing things that embarrasses him, as well as yourself. And that's that's just truth. You could get mad and say I'm this and that or whatever you want, uh, but those are girly traits, you want to get in touch with your feminine side, go ahead. I'll be your huckleberry, you know what I mean? But seriously, man, you got to see things for what they are, and see yourself for who you are and who you've become, And yes, the people inside do look at these videos. Can you imagine how you look to them? You know, they're Joker, they're John Villa. They're probably in there shaking their head, man. It's a bad look, Dubs. Think about stuff that you do that not just your haters are watching, but them fools inside the different institutions are looking at you, and also the homies are in there looking at you. So anyways, that being said, Mihan, that's all I could tell. That's the best I can do for you. It's good advice. I hope you do something with it, Mihan, because you're not getting no help from nowhere. You get nothing but hate, but well deserved, because you're out of line, I'm not gonna come out and call you all kinds of names and this, that, and the other. That's too easy, Instead, I'm gonna just try to make you see things through eyes that can recognize reality, And no matter how you slice it, man, you're a loser, And you could have came out and did your YouTube and not be that guy. But when that paper came out, that was it, fool. Cut you loose. I let my fingers do the talking. I can't speak what I see and what I feel. So I use the same tool you use. So it is what it is. If you don't like it, do something, and stop just barking and stuff, I'm telling you, man. Like I understand some guys like to embrace their feminine side, but I think you're going too far, man. I think that's why Chemo made those little dolls with wigs and dress you up like a little girl, for that exact reason. Anyways, this is my video for today, and I apologize to my subscribers, man, but I have to answer anybody who comes at me like this. That's just my nature. I'm gonna say what I think about the situation. And to me, it's like you're small potatoes, John. I've dealt with people, real ones, and you're small potatoes, man. I'm not worried about you or anything you say or anything you think or any threats you make or your opinion. They're all worthless to me and mean nothing to me. So that being said, I'm gonna end this video. In doing so, I'm gonna ask everybody to be careful out there. Some baboso like this guy could one day show up in front of your face and make you go down a road that you really don't want to go down, and where we always end up. So be careful out there. Stay safe. Stay free. God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you for all the prayers for my grandson. I really appreciate everybody, man. Thank you so much. That being said, I hope to see you on the next video, and everybody take care.